My name is Laurence Bach, and this film documents an exhibition at Philadelphia's Cerulean Gallery of my Midnight 2020 series.
Larry's exhibition is scheduled for March of 2021, subject to pandemic conditions. He is a very creative man, excelling in a wide variety of visual fields, from graphic design to ceramics.
While I don't consider myself only a photographer, it is my medium of choice. I've been using photographic imagery my entire creative life. At PCA, I studied with noted photographers Ray Metzger and Tom Perrette. I then went on to do graduate work in design and photography at the Basel School of Design in Switzerland. For me, ideas start with notes, drawings, and sketches that lead first to collage and then into the darkroom or computer screen. As a storyteller, I've never been satisfied with a single image. This led me to a large format camera and film that could be exposed a number of times. Imagine one exposure during the night and the second or third the next day or even a few days later. Accidents prevail, and what starts as a controlled effort becomes a painting with light that always surprises and delights me. An earlier photographic series, the Paros Dream Book, began as a collection of images in response to a series of sonnets by Robert Gulrich. 3 characters met on the island of Paros in Greece during a long, hot summer.
14. Bury my own perverse desires under hot sand, like an old man fully clothed and buried to the waist, and take a silver spike in hand. I will see them both dead.
To create a multiplicity of storylines about these people, I would present my photographs on mats, upon which I also printed photographic imagery. 45 years later, my Midnight 2020 series is an homage to the Paros Dream Book of sorts. The inability of the frames to fully contain their images furthers this theme of imagery spilling into and out of the photograph's mat. In the 4 decades previous to the Midnight series, I made portfolios of images about where I lived and traveled, who I loved, and the circumstances of my life. During many of those years, I shared my knowledge of image making with students at a number of universities. Of course, I learned much from them as well. Eventually, the darkroom made way for digital photography and the magic of Photoshop. Experimenting with scale and surfaces led me to printing these digital works on stretched canvases.
Larry shares much in common with painters beyond the use of canvas as a support. His blending, soft focus, and articulated line elements have led some viewers into believing these are paintings.
Before the Midnight images, I often used light backgrounds and a more graphic approach. But with the chaos and darkness of our present times, I felt compelled to tell a very different story. My palette changed from light to dark. The tangle of collected objects shouted at one another and sometimes even died. The stage, a rocky, dangerous terrain, is set around midnight, when almost anything can happen with no one seeing or experiencing it. These once beautiful objects peek around those dangerous rock formations, letting us know that there is light and hope in the future. That said, we all see art through our own filters and experiences. So I am more than happy to leave my work open to the interpretation of the viewer.
To learn more, visit ceruleanarts.com. You can register for a Zoom talk by Larry and 5 other gallery artists. It will be held on March 13th at 2 p.m.